Most people think the top 1% got there because of a number on a paycheck. They didn't. I've watched people earning $300,000 a year live paycheck to paycheck. I've watched people earning $50,000 quietly build a portfolio that will outlive them. The difference was never the income. It was the instruction the money got the moment it landed. Wealthy people allocate first and spend with what's left. Everyone else spends first and saves whatever survives, which is usually nothing. So today I'm handing you the exact allocation, in 3 numbers you'll remember for the rest of your life. 15, 65, 20. Let's start with the 15, because that's the number that changes everything. 15 cents of every dollar you earn goes to you, not to your landlord, not to your car, to you. And I want to be precise here, because save 15% is advice you've heard before and probably ignored. It gets ignored because nobody tells you what the 15 is actually for. It's doing 2 different jobs. The first job is peace. Your transmission goes. A tooth cracks. A parent needs a flight booked tonight. Without a cushion, you reach for a credit card at 24%, and a $900 problem becomes a 2-year problem. With a cushion, it's an annoying Tuesday, so the first slice builds an emergency fund. 3 months of your essential costs if your income is steady. 6 if it isn't. Keep it in a high-yield savings account at a separate bank, slightly inconvenient on purpose. Notice I said essential costs, not your whole salary. Most people overestimate that number, get intimidated, and never start. The second job is growth. Once the cushion is full, that same 15% stops sitting still and starts working. This is where the real gap opens up. Not in what the wealthy earn, but in the fact that their money earns while they sleep. $500 a month, invested steadily at a historically ordinary return, is north of $1 million after 30 years. You contributed about $180,000 of that. The rest showed up because you were patient. Dig that. There's no trick in that sentence. There's time, and the discipline not to interrupt it. 65 cents of every dollar covers everything you actually need. Housing, utilities, food, transport, insurance, minimum debt payments. 65 sounds generous until you try it, and that's the point. It's a ceiling, not a target. The biggest lever here is housing, and I'd keep it under 30% of your take-home pay. Not because 30 is magic, but because rent quietly decides how much freedom every other bucket gets. Every extra $300 a month in rent is $300 that can never compound. The second lever is the car. A car is not an investment. It's a rapidly depreciating asset with an annoying insurance bill attached. Wealthy people are famously boring about cars for exactly that reason. But the thing that destroys the 65 isn't rent or cars. It's drift. You get a raise. Within 2 months, your fixed costs have absorbed it. Slightly better apartment. Bigger phone plan. 2 more subscriptions. Your income went up, and your net worth didn't move at all. Real talk. That's lifestyle creep. And it's the reason high earners go broke. The fix is unglamorous. When your income rises, raise the 15 before you raise anything else. Get a 10% bump, send half of it straight to investing before it ever reaches your checking account. You never miss money you never saw. 20 cents of every dollar is yours to spend. Guilt-free. Dinners, travel, the hobby that makes no financial sense. I'm serious about this. Every plan that requires you to be miserable fails. Not might fail, fails. Usually inside 90 days, followed by a spending binge that undoes the whole quarter. Trust me, the 20 is what makes the system survivable. If you're carrying high-interest debt, this is the bucket that flexes. Borrow from the 20, not the 15, because clearing a 24% credit card is the best guaranteed return available to you anywhere. Now this next part is the one almost nobody explains, and it's the part that matters most. You've decided to invest 15%. Where does it go, and in what order? Follow this sequence exactly. Step 1. Your workplace retirement plan. Up to the full employer match. That's free money, player? If your employer matches 4% and you're contributing nothing, you are declining a raise. We ain't doing that. That's an instant 100% return before the market does anything at all. Nothing else on this list beats it. Step 2. If you're on a high deductible health plan, the health savings account. Money goes in untaxed, grows untaxed, and comes out untaxed for medical costs. It is the only account that does all 3. Most people treat it as a spending account. I've even found a way to buy groceries with it. No, seriously, treat it as an investment account. Step 3. A Roth IRA. You pay tax on the way in, and, assuming you follow the rules, nothing on the way out. You gotta let that cook. Decades of growth, untaxed. Step 4. Back to the workplace plan, past the match, up to the annual limit. You would be a fool to pass up that free money. Step 5. A regular taxable brokerage account. No tax perks, but no restrictions either. You can reach it before retirement, which matters if your goals arrive earlier than 65. So what do you actually buy inside those accounts? Keep it dull. Broad, low-cost index funds that hold hundreds of companies at once. You're not picking winners. You're buying the whole market and letting decades do the work. Then automate the entire thing. Transfer scheduled for the day after payday, before your brain gets a vote and have you making some bad decisions. The system only works if it doesn't require willpower. 3 things break this, and you should know them in advance. The first is waiting for perfect. People decide they'll start when the raise comes, when the debt's gone, when things settle down. Things do not settle down. Start at 5% this month and climb. The second is watching the balance. The market falls. It has always fallen, and it has always recovered, and the only people who lock in a loss are the ones who sell on the way down. Check it quarterly at most. The third is treating these percentages as law. If you live somewhere expensive, 65 may be impossible right now, and that's fine. Run 10, 75, 15 this year and shift a point at a time. The ratio matters less than the fact that the 15 exists at all and is automated. So there it is. 15 to yourself, cushion first, then invested. 65 to what you need, with housing under control. 20 to the life you're actually living. Not because the numbers are sacred. Because the order is, the wealthy pay themselves first and negotiate with what's left. Everyone else does it backwards. Pick one thing tonight. Open the account, set the transfer, or raise the amount by 2%. One thing. Subscribe if you'd like more of these, and I'll see you in the next one.